Good morning, first grade friends. It's Mrs. Dickinson and Haley Dickinson. Say hi, Haley. Let's start the morning with spreading some love. Angelina and her sister shared a picture and some smiles, and it made me think of this quote from Dr. Seuss. This is from one of his books. It says, "And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains." And so, friends, sometimes I get a little down on myself sitting here at home doing the teaching without Miss Sivers and Mrs. Houston, Mrs. Orr, Mrs. Wall, and Mrs. Palmer. And I know it might be tough doing your work at home without your friends. And so I want you to know that you have so much strength inside, and this will be over with in time, and to keep working hard because you will move mountains. Maybe not an actual mountain, but I think you know what I mean. You're very strong, stronger than you know. And thank you, Angelina, for sharing some love this morning. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. Quincy lost another tooth. Quincy, what a beautiful smile. Thanks for sharing your picture. And Ella was being creative yesterday outside. Wow, Ella, look at that creation. Maybe you'll have to write how you did that, so if others are interested, they can do that at home too. Love the pictures. Keep them coming. You are continuing to learn about identifying the good in others. Good people don't have to say they're good people. It just shows. We're going to talk a little bit more about this today when I explain your writing for the day. Oh, I didn't change the weather. This is like when I sit down for morning announcements and you tell me that I didn't change the date or our special. So I guess it's just like any other day where I forget to change something. I'm hoping it's not going to be rainy today, but it's a good reminder to make sure I do the weather report tomorrow. Sorry. Our weekly challenge is almost near the end. We are building something. Be creative. I already started building something out of cardboard that I found in our recycling bin. So I can't wait to share my creation with you tomorrow on Thursday for our weekly Zoom social check-in. Today on your agenda, you're going to continue learning about words with 2 syllables with Miss Sivers. I want to give a shout out to Patrick for working really hard on his foundation sentence yesterday. I love the capital letter you have at the beginning, the punctuation mark, and your neat letter formation. Keep up the good work, Patrick. For reading, you're going to listen to Duck Rabbit. We have listened to this story before when we were learning about perspective. And the way that you might see things might not be the way that I see things. And I think quite a few of you have heard me say that sometimes Mr. Dickinson and I, we don't have the same perspective on things, right? But unless we talk about it, we don't know that our perspective differs from one another. So you're going to think about your opinion from this book. And do you think it's a duck or do you think it's a rabbit, and why? And I would love to hear some of your thoughts. You can always write them down, have someone at home share a picture, or we can share tomorrow during our social Zoom call with the class. If you are going to be coming to an academic check-in today on Zoom, please look for your Foundations Unit 12 Week 1 word list, your Foundations Unit 12 Week 2 word list, and your new word work packet. We're going to be practicing that today. I also want you to know that if you attended a Monday check-in and you want to come and attend a Wednesday check-in, that's completely fine, okay? We did a great job on our Monday academic check-ins being respectful with our microphone at times and having to mute ourselves while we were working. And so if you do want to come to check-ins twice a week, I would love to see you, and I'm sure your friends would love to see you as well on camera. And so you're a wonderful class, and I know you'll be respectful when everyone's working. So come on twice a week if you would like. Those friends in the heart came to an academic check-in on Monday, and later this afternoon, I'm going to see quite a few more students, so I'm really looking forward to that. Your writing this past week has been taking your time and writing about your favorite season, giving reasons why, and making sure you're including a closure. So this is your chance to show all that you know about review writing. I want to share a couple friends. Ella did her review writing, and so did Jacob. And so I'm loving the neat letter formation that you both have. I'm loving the detailed picture I see. I'm loving the smile too as well. So keep those pictures of your review writing coming so I can take a look at them. And that way I can brag to Mrs. Cronin when it comes time for me to have to do my report cards what excellent writers you are. Today's writing assignment is different. Now, if you didn't finish your favorite season writing, please finish that today. Okay, you can always do this tomorrow if you would like. The writing for today is tied into the Positivity Project. And it says to make a card for someone that you are grateful for. Remember to tell them how much you appreciate them. And so I'm grateful for a lot of people in my life. I'm grateful for my dog, who often makes me feel happy when I am lonely or down. I'm grateful for my sister, who shares her own teaching ideas with me because she's a teacher. I'm grateful for my mom and my dad. But this is what I really wanted to write about today to share with you. So this is my card, and I wrote, I am grateful for many things, but most importantly to me is my students. Teaching from home without seeing my students' smiling faces, hearing them laugh, seeing them having fun learning, and being together as a class stinks. I am so grateful for them sending pictures to me, writing notes to me and their friends, and asking how I'm doing. They are the absolute best, counting down the days until we can be together in person again. And so, friends, I am so grateful of you being so brave at home, doing your work, smiling, staying positive, and I absolutely love seeing the pictures that you're sending me. So keep them coming. And if you would like to write a card to someone that you are grateful for, go ahead and do that today. And then you can deliver it. So if it's to someone that lives with you, well, you know where to find them. If it's someone that's from school, you can always deliver it to my email, and I can make sure that your friend gets it. If it's someone that you don't live with, that you know their address, you can always put it in, I can call it the snail mail. Snail mail is when you send something and a few days later someone else gets it in their mailbox at home. So that's your writing assignment for today. For math, you're going to continue working on your mid-module, show what you know. Try your best to do this on your own. There are 5 pages, so you can do a little bit each day. Remember, there is a recording. A first grade teacher will read to you the directions. I'm going to go over a little bit of your math with you. I did the first 3 pages just briefly explaining the directions, but make sure you hit that recording button so you can listen to the directions a little slower. So I believe I brought you up to problems 1 through 7. So let's look at problems 8, 9, 10, and 11. So you can always press pause and get a piece of paper, or if you were able to print out your math, you can do that too, and then press play when you're ready. All right, friends. Number 8 says, Eric thinks 32 is greater than 19. Is he correct? Draw and write about tens and ones to explain your thinking. I'm going to help you get started on this problem. And so Eric said that he thinks 32 is greater than, that means bigger than, 19. So on your paper, you write 32 on one side and 19 on the other side. Now you are going to draw and write about tens and ones. You can do this 2 ways. You can either do a place value chart for both numbers. I'm drawing it over here so you can see and be reminded how to set up a place value chart. Or you can draw quick tens and ones for each problem. So over here, you would be drawing your quick tens and your ones. Same thing over here. Then you're going to think, what number is greater? You can draw your alligator mouth to eat the bigger number. And that is going to be you showing your thinking about the number 32 and the number 19 and what number is greater. If you think that Eric is right and 32 is greater, write the word yes on this line. Y-E-S. If you think Eric is wrong and 32 is not the bigger number, you write the word no. N-O. Press pause if you need some time finishing your problem right now. Plus, press play when you are ready. All right, friends, let's look at number 9. Number 9 says, find the mystery numbers. Use the arrow way to explain how you know. So you're going to see that there's 4 problems for number 9. Number 9A says 10 more than 19. So I want you to write a plus 10 on the arrow for letter A. I put a little dot underneath the tens place because if you are adding 110, you're going to be doing something to the number in the tens place. So you're going to write the answer here, and don't forget to write your number on the line above. Letter B says 10 less than 19. When we hear the word less, we know we subtract. So again, I tried to give you a little hint over here because we are doing 10 less. Letter C says 1 more than 19. So you're going to write a plus 1 above your arrow. And letter D says 1 less than 19. So you're going to write take away 1 above your arrow. If you're ready for number 10, I tried to help you get started. Your words might look a little different from my words. But number 10 says, Beth said 30 take away 20 is the same as 3 tens take away 2 tens. Is she correct? I want you to draw the numbers 30 take away 20 and then show me a picture. So 30 take away 20. Over here, you write 3 tens take away 2 tens. You draw 3 tens Take away 2 10s. Now, you need to either write words or numbers that show your thinking. So maybe you're going to put an equal sign and then put what value you have left. Over here, you'll put an equal sign and put how many 10s are left. And then you might put a greater than, a less than, or an equal to sign over here in the middle. And that's going to show me your thinking. If you're ready for number 11, the directions say, solve for each unknown number. Use the space provided to show your work. You can use quick 10s and 1s. You can use a number bond, or you can use the arrow way. So I'm going to show you all 3 ways using the letter A. So for 30 plus 6, if I'm using the quick 10s and 1s way, I would draw 30, 10, 20, 30. I would draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I will write my answer. Okay, so that is the quick 10s and 1s way. If you are going to be using the number bond way, you are going to be breaking apart the bigger number. And usually it's not a number like 30 or 20, right? If it was like 37, it would be 37, okay? And now you have 3 numbers that you are adding. And that's because the goal is usually to break apart the bigger number into 2 smaller parts, to the 10s and 1s. So not the best example, but we would say 0 plus 6 equals 6. We would bring down our 6 and we would say 6 plus 30, oops, sorry friends, equals, and then we put our answer up here, okay? So I showed you a review of the quick 10s and 1s. I showed you a review of the number bond way. Let me show you a review of the the arrow way. So same problem, 30 plus 6 equals something. So the arrow way, we would be making a place value chart, 10s and 1s. And we would be writing the biggest number first, the biggest part, 30. Now we're going to draw an arrow and we're going to write another place value chart. This is going to be our total. Now it's plus 6, so I'm going to write plus 6 on top of my arrow. Do I add 6 10s or do I add 6 1s? Yeah, I add 6 1s. So my 10s aren't going to change if I add 6 1s. Okay, so those are 3 different ways that you can show your work. I know that's a lot of work to show, but be brave. I know you can do it. Friends, that's going to be the end of your math. So if you do finish your math today, ask someone at home if they can help you send a picture to me so I can see. And again, brag to Mrs. Cronin what an excellent job you're doing. For social studies, you are going to continue learning about natural resources. The question is natural or man-made. If you're able, you can print the worksheet and complete it by cutting and pasting. Remember, you should have your scissors and glue stick that were sent home with you. I think there might have been 2 or 3 friends I forgot to do that for, though. If you're unable to print, that's okay. You can look at the worksheet and you can decide where each item would go. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to see my friends on an academic check-in today. See you soon.